What up? What up? Live from the 856. This is channel 856. Back again. It's your boy Danny X.
It's Jared. We back at it. Week 11. I'm with it. He with it. Let's get it.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. So once again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe for all the new subscribers. All of our old subscribers, tell a new subscriber. All of our new subscribers, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. And yeah, we gonna get right into it. So back again. You know how we start off every episode.
Sir.
So as always, the current standings, updated standings, are gonna be right here.
What those looking like?
So glad you asked. So you are currently number one again.
Okay.
Back at it with sitting at 8-2, sitting
Okay.
alone on the throne. And then we got CP, Jersey Kings King. Shout out King as always as well.
Facts,
The wizard
big time.
puts everything together. He's in third place.
Okay.
And then our guest today is in fourth place.
Oh, you was spoiling it off the rip.
Yeah. We go. I'm gonna give him a proper introduction, but
Okay.
we gonna get into it. But and then I'm in fifth, and then we as you can see we got a 3-way tie at 5-5, and then we got some people on the outside looking in, trying to get into the playoff picture. So it was week 10 was a pretty big week. I lost really bad. I had a lot of buys, so it didn't shape out too well for me. Red got a really good one for him too. It keeps him in the playoff hunt, and but yeah, caught me lacking this week. Sam Darnold had probably the worst game of his career.
I watched that. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. I was talking at work about it, and I don't know if I should watch my quarterback on fantasy football on Sundays, because that shit is so stressful, bro.
Tripping.
But so I lost. King got a dub over Chris, and then we got Guru Zaire. He got a dub over Scoop,
He had the comeback.
which was a crazy comeback.
I think that was a comeback of the year, low key.
Yeah.
The way
Well, actually, he literally breaking news just texted me and said he does want to be on the pod tonight. So I'm gonna tell him to be on standby. We gonna call him as well.
got him live here.
So I mean, we could add it. Let me see if you. Let me see. You want to be on video?
See, the thing I like about Zaire this week, though, he took
This
a
is live. I'm
50
sorry.
to
I'm sorry,
the
fans.
chin from Jamar Chase, and he
Yeah,
still came
it bounced back. Yeah, please
But-
elaborate on that. Elaborate
but
on, please.
The crazier part was Scoop had called game Thursday. He was like, "Oh, it's over. Enter the Vince Carter meme." So most likely, a lot of times, his team clicks. So
King, if you want to
Zaire came
throw
through. So shout out
the
to
Vince
him.
Carter meme on there.
That was a dope win.
Vince Carter meme.
Good matchup though.
He was pretty confident though. I mean,
That was funny.
rightfully so.
Definitely funny.
But he definitely.
I thought it was over. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought it was
A 50 ball on Thursday? How do you recover?
Thought it was over.
How do you recover?
But that's how you weather a storm.
Yeah.
That's how you weather a storm, bro.
Nah, most def. So he got the dub on that one. He'll be. So we just confirmed he'll be on this episode later to talk about that comeback, because definitely a lot of noise, a lot of chatter in the league this week. So that was a good lead up, good build up, great game. I'm pretty sure we called that to be the game of the week, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah, it had to be.
And then it's a me Lamario got a dub over Foom. And then CP beat Pittman University, my boy Steen. And then, as you know, like we said, Jared got a dub over Alex. So if you want to get that energy real quick.
It's not even about that, but I will say is now that it's week 10, a month left in the season, this is probably the part where I'm looking all right, what can I do better? How do I look at the playoff schedule rest of the season?
Our player
out
pool
there?
sucks.
Not even. I mean, it's just pieces out there, but what week? There's a few bye weeks that's coming up, so
For sure.
I'm definitely that mindset is just lock and load, just get your guys, and just now we sit and wait. So fruits of your labor type season for some players. Some players are scrambling, and granted, this is the thick of it, so this is kind of the fun part. But for me right now, I like where I'm headed, so I'm just trying to get stronger every week, yo.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm trying to fight for sure, being 5-5. Luckily, I got the tiebreaker over the other 5-5, so
That's big.
Yeah, it's good to be. I gotta get a dub just to stay afloat. If I lose, they gotta lose. At this point, that's that's what the time is. Yeah, it's legit. Like if they lose, if I lose, they gotta
Oh my
lose. So
god.
that's what it's about to be for me for the next foreseeable weeks.
A
So
month. Got a
yeah,
month.
got a month for sure. But
Yeah.
so yeah, no, a pretty hectic week. So going from like we said to from Zaire to Scoop, having a lot of back and forth trash talk this week. Moving into the next one. So kind of rounding out that was just these two, right? Am I missing anything else? Was there any other? Um, that was just these two, right? As far as little.
Those were the exciting matches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my dog, our first guest, you know, coming in live.
We're gonna bring you
Our
in.
first video guest. You know what I'm saying? My dog, Keemus, AB the coach out there, providing a good play development for the youth of football
Yes,
out on the
sir.
West Coast. If you need any of our West Coast listeners, if you got anybody in football, holla at my dog. Or if you're just trying to get right and be fit, be healthy, be active, hit my dog up on the West Side. You know what I'm saying? So, I've known Keemus since I think our sophomore year.
He was a year younger, so yeah,
Yeah, our sophomore year.
15. No,
Yeah, yeah,
15.
sophomore year.
Sophomore year. Yeah.
I moved there my
20,
freshman year.
2010.
2010.
2010.
I'm shooting
Yeah.
for
2010. Yeah, yeah,
2015.
yeah. And one of my earliest memories
What
with
am I talking
Keemus,
about?
bro. We were taking the after school bus and we was all roasted, and I'll never forget. He called me Cookie from Nes Declassified, and I got cooked, like cooked.
Yo,
That's probably like my earliest fondest memory, for real. I will never forget that. Like,
I low key remember that too.
yeah, bro. That's probably like my earliest fondest memory, and we've been, boys ever since. And we appreciate you coming on the pod. I know you got a lot to say, so I'll give a little background before we start. So everybody's trying, lock and load for the playoffs, make moves. Everybody's trying to compete.
hey yo,
you know,
wild,
so
wild,
so a trade
out of pocket.
a trade was sent.
Yo,
A trade was sent for a 3v1
no, it was a
yesterday.
two. It was a two. He's dropping something, so it's looked like
Two
it's
v
three.
one when he was dropping somebody. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
was
for
he was
sure.
dropping somebody.
Yep. So, King, you can put a screenshot right here of the trade proposal. It'll be Devontae Smith, who since I dealt him, bro, I think he's been in like 6 transactions. It's crazy. So Devontae Smith and Cortland Sutton for AJ Brown. AJ Brown is owned by Pittman University, aka Steen, aka someone we've had to take to court on this pod and go to trial with prior, obviously, for things that seemed a little bit egregious in the league. So, obviously, as soon as that happened, I don't know if we even ever mentioned it on the pod, but my coach Jared is a co-commissioner. So as soon as that happened,
Oh, it's instant,
instant veto,
instant,
Oh, it was you,
denied.
Jared?
instant. Yo,
I knew it was you. I knew it was you.
instant.
Yo,
I just
yo,
instant, like
I said I've never seen.
instantaneous.
Nah, for real. Listen to me, cause we here now.
Yo,
We here now. I'm not
yes,
gonna harp on this for long, cause we just did a whole. I felt like Snoop in his murder case. I was really going through it. I was thug in this
Snoop.
Rico, but
Yeah,
Chill. Don't speak
I'm
that
gonna
on
say
yourself.
this. I said, bro, Quinn always puts in the chat when somebody is not able to trade, when they're out, they're done. I said, I never seen him just veto some shit that fast. I'm like, oh, Quinn trying to keep that spot. That's where my head went, right?
yeah,
But I don't
Nah,
want to hold on now. Let me tell the people,
no, go ahead, go
I
for it.
will never come at the integrity of our commissioner because he is great at this.
For
He
sure.
makes
phenomenal.
sure that everyone gets
Make shit
paid.
shake.
He makes sure that everyone is happy. everybody is included. It is very much a whole. It's always votes. It's never like, well, this what I'm doing this year. If you're not cool with it, bye. Like it's never that. So we're gonna give him his flowers. But
No, for
I
sure.
was caught off guard by the veto. I'm like, nah, not
You
Quinn,
were
not
caught
this
off guard,
fast.
huh?
Now it makes sense that it was Jared. But
Yes.
continue. Go ahead,
Yes.
y'all.
Yeah, no. So
Well,
from there, uproar. Like chaos ensues in the chat.
okay,
Chaos ensues in the chat. So then it's just like, what is this? Like we traded with Steen. Well, I'm not even gonna get into all that. It's all. Long story short, it's complete chaos in the chat. It's just everybody just like, what the heck? Like what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So the whole premise of this is that trading with somebody that is out of contention.
that's 2-8, right?
That's 2-8.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's giving up his best player,
2-8. His
Just-
first round player.
one of his only players that probably can score double-digit points
Yeah.
at that. But
Yeah.
Can we put more
Give it-
context?
oh, for
Go
sure.
go ahead. Go
What's your
ahead. Yeah,
spin?
please.
So I'm the person that sent the trade. I reached out. And I want y'all to understand that I mean this with the bottom of my heart. This is not me gassing it or nothing.
Yeah.
I looked, I said, I'm going straight to Steen's team because Alex is somebody I really don't like in this fantasy football shit. I just want to make it clear. If there
Yeah.
was anybody, our punishment this year is that you have to get hit with cartons of eggs. Not one, not two,
Mm.
not three, not cartons of eggs over and over again.
Is that the for sure, Jerome?
So
What
I
was the number
said,
like? Was the number
I
30 maybe?
seen
20 or
Steen
30,
do a
something like that?
punishment already. Steen
That's what
already
won, right?
lost.
Q? The eggs won?
Yeah, the eggs
And
won.
it's 20, 30? Did we say, or just a carton of them?
No,
Two
no, no.
cartons?
I think it was like 5 or 6 cartons. I put it specific, so it's in the vote though.
Oh, okay.
But we seen Steen do a
It's like
punishment.
60
I'm like,
eggs.
listen, there's
60
nobody else
eggs.
other than Chris that I would want to see do this punishment.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So I hit Steen up and I said, listen, I have 2 receivers. Don't get me wrong. We already talked about this before. This was before I even did my trade with Zaire. I put another package together, which I honestly thought was better. It included Tyreek Hill for AJ Brown.
So like 3 weeks ago, y'all already had
This was
something
maybe
considered.
about 3 weeks ago. I hit him up for AJ Brown and had Tyreek involved, and I want to say it might have been Sutton again, Sutton and Tyreek. So
Yeah.
now shit hits the fan for him. He's playing against the person that, if he wins, they are now tied, and he would win the tie over him for these eggs. So I knew
Yeah.
I was in a good place. I had leverage. We businessmen. I work in the business world. I know when it's
Yep.
time to execute. That's what it was for me. But
Okay.
on the same token, Sutton just went for 14, 22, and 16, 3 weeks back to back to back. Devontae Smith went 21 or 22 and like 16, 2 weeks back to back, just had a week versus the Cowboys because he sat the whole fourth quarter, whatever.
Yeah.
AJ Brown hasn't scored in 5 weeks. He's been putting up the consistent 9, 10, and like 11, I think, his last 3 games back. Max, actually, this last one he had 100 yards, so he had like 15, I think. So I said,
Yep.
listen, Steen, I want you to look at AJ Brown and Demarcus Robinson. That's who his starting receiver was. I want you to look at them two and then compare them to Devontae Smith and Sutton for the last couple of weeks, and let's get this trade done.
Yeah.
And he said, send it. I will say the problem we all have with Steen is he never fights back.
Quick.
He didn't fight back this time. I want y'all to know I've been in this league for 4 years. He never traded with me. He always be like, nope, I'm sticking to my guns. I'll die on this hill all the time. I really wasn't expecting him to say send it. He said send it.
Right.
I said shit. Well, I'm gonna send it. Now, me personally, I'm losing my depth, but I'm getting higher upside. I know this is a guy that can go out and give me 25, 30 any week. I don't know when it'll be, but it's any week. So that's
Yep.
the context I want to add because the rest of the league just went up like he was doing the dumbest shit ever. And I want to say Jared's biggest point was the stuff that he did.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of those players like you got to fight back. Like I don't care if you have a bad year, try to play spoiler. But he's not even giving himself a chance. Like if you're giving up your first round, you drop your second round pick on waivers. Third round, I think he's capped is his keeper or whatever. Fourth round pick is going trade. Like it's like, what are we doing? Yo, you know what I mean? Like yo, he had the team, and it's like from
Yeah.
you start to finish, it ain't looking too pretty. So I figure, like you said, he got more than that in him. He got more fight than that. Like he got more dog in him than that. So I just wanted to see that. Joe, that's all. That's all we need. Just finish strong, play spoiler.
Okay.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate it. Nah, I respect it. I mean, I from the point of the who you want to see in punishment, like I get that. Cause they both right there, and if you were looking at the outcome, if you like how quickly would you book the flight?
Oh, how quickly?
Which leads to you
How
you
quickly?
actually
I
let
got
me
it loaded. I have it
you
loaded
have the
up right.
floor.
Listen to me. It's loaded right now. I just need to see him lose, and I go right back to it. I'm not even kidding. I just moved. I did a lot of stuff in these last couple weeks. There's nothing more that would make me happy than to see Alex Egg get hit with an egg over and over again. I'm not playing. I would love to see him rapidly get.
It is his
I just
birthday
told
tomorrow.
him, you ever been
It
to
is
like
his
a
birthday
basketball
tomorrow.
game when they shoot the t-shirts in the stands? I will personally try to find a gun that can shoot eggs, and I will let off 5 cartons back to back at him with the gun. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. That's how.
Okay,
That's how
so
urgently I would get that to come see him get eggs.
okay. So it comes to a point where all of our guests get a chance to talk their shit.
For sure.
Um, I know you have a sequence of order, so I'll allow you to gather yourself. I'll allow you to get a couple breaths. If you want to if you got a bev, if you want to
I am.
take a
I
shot of
am
something,
well.
swig of
I am
something, if
well
you're ready to
prepared
go.
to get right into it.
Let's do it.
So, who's first?
I'm going to start here because the
Let's do
last
it.
people that came on
Yes.
here, they never, and I feel like this is just in general, it's like it gets misconstrued what fantasy football is. So I just want to put this out here real quick before I start. Fantasy football is something that you control what you can control.
Yep.
Examples of things that we can control: who we draft.
Yep.
After we draft, who do we put in our lineups week to week?
Yep.
After that, unfortunate situations happen. Injuries, for example. What do we do to replace the people that are injured? Do we make trades? Do we hit the waiver wire? These are all things that we can control. So, moving forward, and with that said, if you do control those things, I'm going to speak on the things that are out of your control. You can have the number one running back of the year, and then they might give you a 7 point game after scoring 22 every game. You could have a quarterback that's been throwing 2 to 3 touchdowns a game, and then out of nowhere, they give you 1 touchdown, and now they only have 18 points on the game. So
Yeah.
with that being said, there's a lot of like fuss, like Keemus this, Keemus that. Keemus is so good during the regular season. He's always good in the regular season, but he loses in the playoffs. First round, you can guarantee a first round exit. I'm going to say, for my career in fantasy, that's been my story. I go out there, I typically, if I ain't smacking shit, I'm at least top five. Like a
But
guaranteed
yeah,
playoff.
always in the running for a points
Yeah,
champion.
that's just guaranteed. You've never seen me under 500. You've never really seen me in a place where it's like I need this person to lose so then I can get in there. Like I've never been in that state. And there's a lot of
Hmm.
other people with the most lip that's been in that state. But we're going to get to that later. Now, so with
Number
that
one.
being said, the first person I'm going to speak on today is going to be Evan because I don't want this to last long, but I want to get this across. And I play him this week. I want y'all to know this. And y'all can call me back next
Oh,
week after I smack him. But
for real.
what I want to say is I'm going to put some stats out there. I've been in this league for 4 years. This is my 5th year. Evan has one season where he's had a better record than me. Now, let's go into that a little deeper. He only has 2 seasons where he was over 500.
Oh,
Now, Evan's record when we have been in a 12-man league is 27 and 28. 27 and 28. That is below 500, right? I was
hmm.
only in this league for 1 year when it was a 10 man. So I will put his 10 man out there. It's
And I win
40
that
and
motherfucker.
41, under 500.
Yep. A game
Anybody
under
across
both
the
of y'all.
world, here's that. You were below average. I believe that there are standards when it comes to speaking to some. I don't care what you did in one singular year. That singular year that you won the chip, you were barely above 500. And yes, you beat me on the way. And I was 11 and 3. But let's go back to the controlled and uncontrolled. I played the same lineup that got me 11 and 3. I'm not on the field with these guys. You had a fortunate situation happen, and that's just that. You're terrible. I just want you to know that. Any other
Hey,
year other
yo.
than your championship is horrible. You're below 500 in your career. There's nothing to talk about. The next person,
Ooh. Oh, that was quick. That was quick.
Chris.
Quick jabs.
I'm going straight to Chris. We're not
Wait,
going to say.
last
I
night,
told
bro.
him that I was going to talk about him a lot, but I really can't even give him the energy because he's pure trash and everybody knows it. Chris, 29 and 52.
Mm. Mm.
I don't know. One more time for the people.
Ooh.
29 and 52. My daughter is dying laughing right now. My daughter heard 29 and 52 and lost it. They're going ballistic. They're like 29-52. This is crazy. So with that being said, Chris is 29 and 52 in the 10 man and 12 combined. He's 22 and 33 in just 12 man. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not really much I have to say. He won a chip. Uh, we literally RIP'd this person and then said thank God in the same sentence. We are so hopeful. We are so happy that DeMar Hamlin made it out that situation and he is back to play again. But it took DeMar Hamlin to literally die on the field and the game to get postponed and a T190 calculator to put together their score for him to win a championship. And I'm not making this up. We had to do all these weird calculations and all this other stuff just to get their score. Now, this person I'm about to bring up, no, Chris, you're Doug Flutie, by the way. I wanted to put that out there. You won a fluke ass chip. It was terrible. No one respects it. Every time somebody talks about you, you bring up this chip. You have Scoop has been in the league for 2 years, I believe, right?
This is
And this is his
a.
third. He's 19 and
That sounds
9.
right. Yeah.
He's 19 and 9. Chris has 3 more wins than him, and he's been in this league for four more years. But let's move on. Um, the next person is Alex.
The
Crazy.
numbers is crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
I'm
work.
I'm see, I'm one of them people. I wrote this down. You can't argue me. I'm just going off of statistics and what's really going on. Alex, you are another person that is trash. I just told you last night. You have Christenstein for the toss up, bottom two, guaranteed. And then it comes you.
Mm.
That's just that. Since we've been in a 12-man league, he is 29 and 26. And let me put more context. One of the years he did very well, like very well in winning, and then lost. So they always talk about me. I just lost. He lives on like 2017 and 18. I think he won a chip in 10-man
Yep.
leagues. It was terrible. It's 10-man leagues. Nobody cares about that. We are now in a 12-man league with three new members, and one of them have 38 and 17 in CP. Shout out CP's 38 and 17 to Alex's 29 and 26. Zaire came in after him as well. 2 years, or yeah, 2 years into 12-man league. He's 27 and 28.
Zaire's been here 2 years,
Okay.
3 years. Him and Scoop the same amount.
I think him and Scoop did debut the same year. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
no, no, no. So I think Zaire has 1 year on Scoop. So
1 year
27 and
on Scoop.
28 to Alex's 29 and 26. But Zaire has won a championship in those 3 years. Okay. So Alex, I want you to just let go of the past. It's like when you got that one girl that you felt is like your high school sweetheart. You just can't let her go. Let her go. We don't care about those chicks. Like I said yesterday, it's like a fan of the NFL bragging about a chip that was in the championship era, not the Super Bowl era. It's like an NBA fan keep talking about a championship where they didn't have a 3-point line. We don't care about that no more. There was only 14 teams in this league when you was playing. There wasn't a 3-point line, and you were playing against guys that got out of that game and then had to go be a fucking maintenance man later. Leave it alone. You're terrible now. You're terrible now. Right now, in the last 4 years, 5 years, you have been terrible. So go back, and you're terrible now. Like now, you have 3 wins. We played 10 games, 10 weeks, and you have 3 wins. You do the math. Okay. The next person is a
Yo,
host.
let's get it.
He know who it was. He knew.
I know what time it
Now listen,
is.
we have a rivalry that we have been
For
going on
sure.
for years and years. We did a lot of talking back and forth, and I respect
For
it. I
sure.
love it.
Yo, main league and side league for
For
real,
Oh
for real.
yes,
sure.
100%.
For
It's
sure.
like we get at it. We get at it. But now I'm gonna put my respect first, and then I'm gonna get disrespectful later.
Whatever you want to do.
Respectfully, this is someone that contends. This is someone that we see in the playoffs. So the other three guys that I just named, they're like night and day. And Chris is like in Canada. He's night more so, like way
You mean
more
Alaska?
than
He's like
day.
Alaska.
Like Alaska, yes, Alaska. You got where I was going. He's in Alaska.
Yeah.
He's in Alaska. It is nighttime, much more for Chris than daytime. That is
Yeah.
so. Oh my God, that was a great analogy. He is really Alaska. That's what he should make his team name. Now,
Called him
moving
Alaska.
forward,
Go ahead.
Jared does compete. Jared does care. He cares. But for as much as he cares, and as much as people come at me for being the guy that wins in regular season and he's so good during the regular season and loses in the playoffs, so is
True.
Jared. I don't hear that about him. I don't know why. It's cool. But I want to put it out there that the last 3 times we've seen each other, he hasn't beat me.
That's true. Very true.
His
He's beat
record
me
in
three
the
in a row.
12-man league is
Hmm.
28 and 27, just
Okay.
above 500. I'm going to put mine out there one more time. It is 35 and 20, way above 500. Now, the accumulated is 40 and 41, below
Okay.
500. Mine is 45 and 29. All right. So now, oh, 24, sorry. 45 and 24. But so moving forward, it's just like I get so much slack. People come up here, Chris specifically, he got to come up here and say Keemus is this, Keemus is that. He sucks. He's terrible. And the whole league knows it, so we're gonna leave him alone. But Jared, he's got his white and black composite notebook every year. He's doing five people who he would draft in the first and so on. I got five for the first right here, five for the second. And he don't win more than me. So why does Keemus, is it because I talk? Is it because I put out,
Oh, I get the
is
same
it
energy
because I put
though,
out power rankings? Like, I want to know why it's
bro.
always Keemus, 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 but we never really harp on what's really going on in this league. Now,
I
since
catch.
this person, I'm done with Jared. Now, since
Oh no,
this person
I
is
catch
still
that label
there,
though. I catch that label. Not finishing the playoffs. I definitely catch that, and I'll own that. You're right.
respectfully, and so do I. I did that when I got in here.
Yeah.
I made it clear that that has been my story,
Oh, it
and I'm
happened
still
multiple
here
times
fighting. And my record before all of that says a lot. But
for
anyways, now
sure.
the next person, Quinn. Quinn,
Oh,
I have
Quinn.
the
Quinn in
utmost
here too.
respect. We spoke on that. Quinn's record in a 12-man league, 21 and 34.
21 and 34. That's you,
21 and
Quinn.
34. Tied, tied for the worst. But he
Tied for the
trumps
worst.
Chris because
Okay.
he has the championship at 21 and 34. But on top of that championship, it was a real championship. He didn't need someone to go to cardiac arrest. He didn't need guys to postpone the game, lose all momentum, and come back and play on Saturday. We all went to high school. We seen Saturday high school football games. They're terrible. We like Friday night lights. We didn't want
Yep.
that game that happened later, and we don't want to use our T190 calculator to do math. Quinn didn't need that. Now his overall is 33 and 48, well below 500. But like
The
I said,
toughest
this isn't
championship in this
about him.
league's
I'm
history,
just
no
going to
question.
harp on everyone. And because he's there right now, that's what needed to be said. Now, Dan. Dan is very competitive, but inconsistently.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
now,
5 and 5. Speaks for
27 and
itself.
28. That's
Yep.
Dan's 12 man.
Yep.
44 and 37, above 500 in total wins with 12 and 10. And he's a champion.
I am.
We're going to put, it's like, I'm a math type of guy. He's a champion, but then he's also a last place guy. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
those ones kind of like, for me, cancel out when we do
Yep,
ranking of the league. But
for
that's
sure.
cool. He won a chip. He did. He got some money. He got some pay. But he did have to hop on a train, go 6 hours one way, and hop right back to come another six back.
Charlottesville,
Okay.
Virginia. Shout out Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah. Shout out to Charlottesville, Virginia. And while I'm here, because I just spoke on this and I reminded myself, Chris, you have audacity to speak to anyone.
Talk about it.
You had to do the WAP. And then with
Talk about
no
it.
integrity, you didn't do your punishment. You shouldn't even still be in this league. We should have kicked your ass out. You
Talk
lost
about it.
fair and square, and all season was, ooh, that person's about to WAP. He's about to be doing the WAP. And
It
then
was
when it
so
was
clear.
you, we
It
didn't
was
see
so
none of
clear
that
that year.
WAP, WAP, WAP dance that you were supposed to do on live.
Oh my
You didn't
gosh.
post nothing on Instagram, and then you tried to cop out and say we never voted on the WAP. But all year, this person was WAP master, and that person was WAP master. And then when you became WAP master, you didn't but do the WAP. You're horrible.
Yo.
I want to say that again. Now,
Yes.
next person, somebody that I hold in a higher light because they came in the league and they made a statement. He is now back to back in a championship, Zaire. That is our defending champion. Year before he went to the chip and lost. It's not really much you can say about a guy that's performing like that. But
Yeah.
he's below 500 since he's been here. 27 and 28. All right. So this goes back to my point. I feel like I'm preaching. We always got to bring it back. You control what you can control. I didn't change my lineups when I lost in them playoffs. It was the same guys that had me 11-3. It was the same guys that had me 10-4. Okay? Now, another guy, CP, new to the league, a winner. He hasn't won a championship, but he's a winner. Some things just unfortunately happen at bad times. He's 38-17 since he's been in the league.
Shit.
Come on.
Smooth. That's smooth.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to put things in a perspective. You control what you can control. I'm sure CP kept those top guys in his lineup that gave him this record when he's losing these playoff games. Scoop, the guy that's only 3 wins behind Chris after being in this league 4 more years than him. And while it's been a 12 man, he has 2 seasons on Scoop. Let's make that clear. And he only has 3 more wins. 19-9.
Mm.
Once again, very unfortunately, he lost when it mattered. It happens. It is what it is. Right? My last person, I believe, is Foom. I didn't even write Foom's record down here because he ain't in the chat. But I love him. That's my brother. But he's arguably top 5 asses in this league as well. But he admits it. So I just want to go back to the flappers, the ones that chat the most, the ones that had me feeling like Young Thug on trial and Snoop Dogg on the murder case. The ones that did that, that said the most, y'all really be the asses. Chris, 29-52. Evan, 40-41. Alex, 29-26. Jared, 40-41. So the fact that I had to sit there and take the stand, and Quinn had to what did Alex say? He was a Google Pixel or whatever.
Googleplex. Call him a Googleplex.
We turned him into a computer, and he had to do all this calculating. It's the ones that are below 500 as a whole talking to me. I just don't get it. Evan, I see you this week, and I pray that you actually win. I do. Because the things that I'm going to say to you moving forward, you might pull a fool and leave the chat. I'm just going to say that. You might say, like, I'm locking in. I don't want to do this right now, whatever. But stop talking to me like you're somebody because you beat me in the playoffs when you made the playoffs with 6 wins and 7 wins. Bro, you below 500, you squeaked out a win, cool. When you won your championship, you only had 9 wins. You won a championship in a year that was just off and it happened in your favor. So, like the preacher, I'm going to bring it back to the beginning. We control what we can control. If it happens in your favor, thank the man above. If it don't, get back to the drawing board next year and hope for the best. There is some luck involved with fantasy football.
Oh, no question.
But guys like Chris draft Cooper Cup coming off of a torn ligament and a knee completely blown out, and you say, "Oh, hopefully he comes back in 4 weeks." And then when he don't come back in 4 weeks and you're still losing, you say, "Well, I was tarnished by injuries." You drafted somebody that was pre-existing injuries. What are we talking about? Like, how do you complain about something when you knew the situation? That's terrible. Again, this year, you
What
suck
he doing? What he
again.
doing in the draft? What he doing in the draft?
You got. Why do you want to see? It was certain stuff that I did want to harp on, but we're gonna talk about this. About a couple weeks ago, everybody, Steen, Steen, Steen. He's terrible. He needs to be evaluated for coming back because he does do a lot of questionable stuff. But Steen also has been to a championship. Steen also has been in the playoffs more than Chris. He's 21 and 34 all time. We said that. Or no, in the 12 man, I'm sorry. And Chris is 22 and 33. They're right, they're neck and neck. But Steen competes more. So everybody comes to Steen about the stuff that they do. And Chris drafted, oh my God, two quarterbacks. He had the 12th pick. He had the 12th pick. He drafted Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes back to back. First of all, drafting a quarterback in the first round is like slap you. It's terrible off rip. But not only did you draft him in the first round, you went on your double back to back and got another one.
Double back.
And he talks about me. It's just weird. It's just weird. You traded Jackson Smith and Jigba. No, for
You
him.
trade
You
Diggs.
traded
Yeah.
for him, and you had Stephon Diggs coming off of 2 weeks where he scored touchdowns to Alex, one of the most hated, somebody that needed an arm and a leg to even compete. And you talk to Steen. You have no power to do that. Let the me's of the league, let the people that win of the league. I don't care if you have one championship, you're a loser every other year. I made this analogy to him. I said, bro, your championship was like Air Bud. That was the one dog that could dunk, pass, play soccer, catch a football. But there's a million other dogs that can't do it. And every other year, you're that dog. You never get it done. You're horrible. You had 1 year, let it go. Okay? Elza, let it go. I'm good, bro. I got my points across. I just want the people that's always doing this to look back at reality and understand what fantasy football is. You control what you can control. I get if I bench some people and it was like your bench had 40 points and you would have won if you would have played it. It's never been that situation with me. I believe CP can say the same thing. We just become unfortunate when it comes to the playoffs. Now, I put my position every year. I put myself in position to contend for a chip. That's what matters. You shutting the light out on me? That's what matters. But I'm done, bro. I spoke about everybody. Quinn, he don't talk much. He don't do the trash talking. He just play. He admits when he's trash. He talks when he's good. He's not all in your face. He just goes with the year. Alex, he sucks and he talks every single year. Every year he talks like he's a winner. We don't care about those. Chris, you suck every year. You had 1 year. One. I'm not going to say how many times. What it took, but that's just that. Is that the rest of the speakers? Oh, Evan, you're terrible. See you this week, and I think I want to revisit after this week, win or lose. I want to revisit after this week so I can
I
really
got you.
talk.
Nah, for sure. For sure. Nah, we appreciate you taking some time out,
For
bro.
Hey,
sure.
I appreciate y'all for having me. This has
No
been
doubt.
built up. I watched Chris come on here and talk crazy about me and leave out how ass he really is. Excuse my
Brought the
language. He's terrible.
stats, brought the facts.
Like,
Numbers.
I
Men
wanted
lie,
to really
women
come with
lie, numbers
statistics,
don't lie.
numbers. This is what I wanted to come with. So the people could really
Yes.
see what's really going on in this league. Love y'all. Keep
Love
going.
you too,
I'm
Brody.
supporting
Yes, sir. Love you too,
always.
bro.
Let's get to it.
You
You
already know
already
the
know.
vibes. And that was Kemis, y'all. Tap in with him like Dan said too. Make sure you get with him for all your trading.
Yep. Socials right here. Socials right here. Tap
Yes,
in if
sir.
y'all need anything.
Hey,
Big
AB the coach.
competitor in here.
AB the
Yeah.
coach. I do want to do something. I'm supposed to be going, but I just thought about this because they said
Nah,
that.
yeah. Talking
I'm
shit.
a
Yeah, go
East.
ahead, bro.
I rep Jersey wherever I go. It's tatted on me. I tell all my kids where I'm from. I tell them my story. I'm gonna come back home soon, specifically just to throw something for the kids back home. It'll probably be free, honestly. Just something that I want to do, give back to where I'm from, and something that I know I didn't have when I was coming up. It was like rare that we went to sports camps. We ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
We didn't go to
Facts.
camps. We didn't go to combines. We only trained when it came to our coach saying we got training coming up. We got
Yeah.
weightlifting, whatever. We didn't do anything outside of that. And I think we live in a world right now where it's becoming very big for people to perfect their craft, to go outside of their school zones and reach out to, professionals and people that really have been through it. And it's way more than just football. It's also way more than just the field. Kids, classroom is the biggest. And I know you hear it. It sounds cliche. It really is. I don't care how good you are. If your grades ain't good enough, you're going to set yourself back. You won't be able to go to those schools that you want to go to. So that's my message. Like I said, I am going to come back to Jersey though very soon and throw a free camp. I'm stamping it now. They ain't gonna have to pay. Free camp. I
Nah,
want
for sure.
100, 200 kids out there. I'll have the staff to be able to put it together. I'll pull it together, but we definitely gonna do that soon. We gonna have a sponsorship from the 856 podcast,
Yes,
You already
Brotherhood,
sir.
know.
Yes,
You already
sir.
camp,
know.
You know the
all
vibes.
that.
Yes, sir, ski. Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
ski.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you, bro.
All right,
Big
bro.
dog.
And we back. So we appreciate my dog AB coming on and
Big shout out.
dropping some knowledge on us, dropping some numbers on us. Clearly he came prepared, so that was pretty funny, pretty
Came
dope.
with the facts.
Yes, sir. So moving on to week 11 waivers, we can start there. Let's first talk about week 10 a little bit. Um, pretty solid week. Raiders were on a bye, so thankfully I didn't have to watch them lose again. Uh, but yeah, no, I mean, we were just saying it. The two biggest games was that Pittsburgh Washington, and then the second one. What were you saying? Which
I
one?
like the 49ers game. I
Yeah,
watched
Niners
a little bit
game.
of that. That was pretty good. Just wasn't for me. I mean, truthfully, too, the Lions and Texans was sloppy, but entertaining too. So, but just wasn't a lot of good football this week for me. Wasn't too many entertaining games.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It was pretty. I feel like when I was watching the slate, I wasn't like too like dialed in. It was more so like red zone versus them watching like the like complete games. But yeah, no, still a strong week. I feel like the fantasy week was
No
a lot
doubt.
more. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, moving on. Let's talk about some of these week 11 waivers that we got. So you want to start it off with the quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, some of these names very familiar, but I'd say run to the waiver wire. How many times am I going to tell you about Bo Nix? But recently heating up. You got Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, someone I'm liking a lot. Last 3 games, 725 passing, 5 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Someone definitely you could plug and play. A few teams are on bye this week. Probably looking at replacing like Kyler Murray and a few other
Yeah.
quarterbacks that are out on bye. So I figure, he's worth a solid play, solid pickup. Justin Herbert, he's probably my favorite quarterback waiver of the week. Drake May might be out there, Stafford, Winston, but some of these players are familiar.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, some of the usual suspects, nobody too crazy. I feel like everybody here we've been pretty consistently going in. But it's more important now, right, with the buys coming in hot and heavy.
Dak.
Dak, Prescott, for sure. CJ Stroud hasn't been been able to stream every week. So if you're looking for
Baker's
like
on
a
bye.
tip, but Baker Mayfield's on bye as well. So definitely got to just stay in tune and be keen to some of these quarterbacks coming in. So going on to the running backs, we got Jalen Warren, Gus Edwards, Audric Estime. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm
Aldrich Estime.
Audric Estime. And then some of the handcuffs, if really needed, Cam Akers with Aaron Jones catching a bit. It looks like a minor injury, but to his chest, so it could be needing some different snap share. And then Trey Benson, James Conner was definitely coming in questionable last week, so you just monitoring that going into the next week as well. Little couple stats. So Jalen Warren had season high 16 touches last week, so definitely see that rep usage. With a competitive game, good alternate to Najee Harris.
Good team too.
Yeah, absolutely. Gus Edwards, his first game back from the IR, played 15 snaps, 10 rushing attempts, 4 attempts in the red zone. So he was used heavily. And then Say
Audric Estime.
Audric Estime. Sorry.
You're good.
Audric Estime. He had 15 carries going into Week 10. Had 14 versus Kansas City and 45% of the snaps. With Jaleel McLaughlin only having 12 and Javonte Williams having 30. So trending upward. Sean Payton's style is always to use all his running backs and make sure they all get fed. Obviously we've seen the teams of past that he's had. So nothing of a surprise coming out of Denver. But yeah, I'll kick it back to you for the wideouts.
Wideouts, man, I'll be honest. My favorite one of this, well, not of the season, but recently, definitely Cedric Tillman. But I got one that I actually picked up in our league, Quentin Johnson. I don't know what it is, but he's just scoring touchdowns lately. I think it's 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
He's playing, like I said, with Herbert. But I looked at their schedule. They're playing the Bengals this week on Sunday Night Football, and then they got the following week Monday Night Football versus the Ravens.
Yep.
Two defenses where I'm looking to attack. So Quentin Johnson, he has a prime schedule where if you're in a bind, waivers are coming up, especially for me, Week 12, I picked him up. I'm going to have to play him because T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson are out.
Yeah.
I'll take
Double
some
wide out.
5 touchdowns in 7 games. Give him a shot with a good quarterback. So,
And Herbert just looks good. I feel like to get them acclimated, Jim Harbaugh was using the run to get that running attack going, but
he
then
wasn't healthy early in the season too.
yeah, so let him get healthy and not take as much of a beating with the pass rush. So now with that effect, he's been able to flourish now with the season being in full flow. I'm pretty sure he's at multiple 300-yard games, like you said with his numbers. So he's been pretty much balling out. So shout out to them. Xavier Legette's on a bye, so
Be mindful.
yeah, be very mindful for sure. But that could be a stash piece. You might have somebody coming up with these later weeks and bye, so you never know. So it's a guy like Demarcus Robinson, like you mentioned as well.
I think my favorite one though, low key, Mike Williams. He's
Yeah.
Interesting though, but he's
Interesting
like a
for
deep
sure.
ball. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean, one play type dude.
Yeah, something like a flex if you really need to go for it, something like that.
Dart
maybe.
throw.
Yeah, for sure, a dart throw.
Yeah.
As far as tight ends, we got T.J. Hawkinson, who I'm pretty sure I called that when he was coming back, he's gonna have a high usage rate. 9 receptions last week. Jonnu Smith, last 4 games, 23 targets, 19 receptions, 207 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Then some of the usual suspects are Jared's guy, Kate Otten, down in Tampa.
My guy.
My backup tight end, Zach Ertz, who I'm always, stashing just in case Evan Ingram. And then Hunter Henry and Cole Kmet. So usual suspects there. And then, you want to go over to the DSTs.
Favorite one that I've seen recently, just on film, not even on film. I shouldn't say that, but just watching them and for fantasy, man, the Rams.
Yeah.
Jared Verse is getting after it. They got
Yeah,
another
it's a
rookie over
beast.
there.
Could be D-Roy, him and
man.
Quentin Mitchell.
Oh yeah, they're playing very well, the Rams front. So I like what the Rams are doing versus the Patriots. I give them a go. I like that. I'm all about that matchup. Lions, their defense, all of a sudden, without Hutchinson, still causing havoc. Truthfully, third I think in takeaways. So they're a defense that could be out there this week. There's a few different long shot plays, but I'm willing to go Cleveland versus New Orleans. New Orleans down wideouts. Kamara's banged up. Derek Carr struggles, so I'm willing to give them a go. Miami versus the Raiders, unfortunately.
Yep, yeah, no, for sure.
Just giving them a go.
Understandable.
They held it down on, what was that, Monday night they played
Yep.
versus the Rams?
Absolutely.
And then even the Saints versus Jameis. You've seen Jameis implode, so, But there's a few out there, I'm sure.
Yep, for sure. And then for the waivers, be mindful, I will say, with this first one, Jake Moody, he did miss 3 field goals week 11. Obviously, he had the game winner, so he hit it when it counts. But for fantasy purposes, I've heard of some leagues taking, -1 for a miss. So, I don't know if anybody plays in any leagues like that, but I have seen that out there before. So be wary when you pick him up. But that is a high-powered, high-scoring offense, 25, 27 points a game. So definitely something to look out for. Jason Sanders scored 11, 9, and 15 since Tua's return. Faced Jason Sanders with Team Red last week, my dog Evan. So saw the 15, unfortunately. And then Jake Bates over in Detroit has yet to miss a field goal, so keep an eye on that. So it's always some sort of production with the extra points. The Lions are definitely going to score a touchdown. So any of that surplus with a field goal is always a good upside. Yeah, shout out to Dalton Connect. Just hit that buzzer beater.
thought it was Braun.
Oh, was that Braun? I didn't see. Oh, did Connect send it to him?
Was 62 that joint.
Yeah.
62 squid pack.
Squipap. Oh, he did. Yeah, Squipap. Hey, walk off on it.
Right. Sorry.
No, you good. You good. And then Matt Gay and Brandon McManus. But check on the Chicago weather.
I'm gonna pause on the Matt Gay because of Richardson in there though. But
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
It's the Jets, so who knows? Who cares? It's the Jets.
Yeah. All right, we back. So because we got a couple guests this episode, we're gonna do our rankings. So right here we got the quarterbacks. Pause. Take a look. Get right. Everybody for the quarterbacks. Cool. Now we got our running backs. Bam. Right there. Now the wide receivers.
Yes, sir.
Hope everybody's having a great time watching. And now the tight ends. We'll speed through that. Tight ends might not need to see that too much. And now the DSTs and kickers. All right, cool. So,
Drum roll.
back to our usual segment of Guess the Player. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's Price is Right, but whatever. All right. Talk to me, Jared. What we got? Number one.
Woo!
Guess the player.
Alright.
Player.
So, we got a 5-pitch arsenal today. We got
Five
a fastball, we got a curveball, we got a changeup, we got a splitter,
Okay.
and we got a cutter.
Oh. Shout
So
out.
we're gonna throw the first pitch curve today.
Okay.
This player, currently running back 77,
Jeez.
running back 77 with a total 17.5 points on the year.
Total. Goodness me.
Averaging 3.5 points per game. His season stats currently 48 rushing attempts,
Yep.
168 rushing yards,
Trash.
3.5 yards per carry is his average.
Okay.
No touchdowns.
Yep.
1 target, 1 reception for 2 yards.
Yep.
He has 5 red zone touches on the year. I will give you a caveat. He has missed time. However, last year he finished the year RB14.
RB14.
He had 181 total points, 198 rushing attempts for 810 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns to a 4.1 yards per carry. He had 13 targets, 12 catches, 180 yards, no touchdowns receiving. Total 39 red zone touches.
Devin Singletary.
No, that's a great guess, though. Great guess.
Ooh,
But someone
I felt
right
good. I
around
felt
that
good about
range.
that,
That's
yeah.
a great guess. 'Cause
Okay.
I did see him on the list. He was almost a close choice, actually. One of my players. But this player definitely has just come back recently from injury.
Aaron Jones.
Mm-mm.
Just come back from injury recently.
We not riding in the Maserati. We not doing the drop. We not doing the big body. No, we are doing a big body. We're not gonna get in the range. We gotta get in the.
We gotta get in the. Hold on, let me get it. We gotta get in
What
the
1900 say? The yellow wide body. What?
like a school bus. Why am I tripping? Who's a school bus? All right, yeah, I got
Gus
it.
the bus.
Oh, Gus Bus.
Yes.
Gus Edwards. That's a
Yes.
good pull.
Gus
That was a good pull.
Edwards.
Damn.
First pitch, I told you we were coming with the cutter. What I
Gus
said,
Bus.
cutter, right?
Yeah,
I'll be honest. This
that was
one,
a good one.
He did just come back from the IR, but from what I've seen, last year usage was there, but this year is just kind of injury, but definitely took a hit. His rankings.
Nah, for sure. I just had to pick him up in my work league for my waivers.
Mm-hmm.
Got double buy.
I'd be like that. All right.
Damn, that was bad.
We're gonna stay up and in. I'm gonna give you a 2-seamer. We're going to go with quarterback 17 currently on this year, averaging 16.36 points per game for fantasy. He has a total 163.64 points, um, 12 touchdown passes on the year, 2,371 passing yards, rushing, 32 rushing attempts, 148 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, no touchdowns. He only has 3 games scoring above 18 points at a quarterback position this year. Last year, he finished QB 11. He had a total 321.52 points, averaging 21.43 points per game. Finished the year 23 passing touchdowns to 5 picks, 4,108 passing yards, 39 rushing attempts, 167 rushing yards with 3 rushing touchdowns.
Purdy.
Good guess, though. Young gun. He's along that line. Very good guess.
T-Law didn't have that low of
Oh,
picks.
heck no.
Yeah, he didn't have that low of picks, so I'm not going to say T-Law. Young gun. 14? Quarterback 14?
Right now he's quarterback 17.
17. Young gun. Kyler Murray?
Mm-mm.
Young gun.
I'll give you a hint. He won an award last year. Was it last year? It was last year.
Won an award last year. Hold on. Let me get this. Oh. CJ. Yeah.
That was good.
CJ Stroud.
All right, we're going to go with a nice change up here. We're going to go with the change up. I think I did say first pitch was the curveball. The first pitch was the curveball. Second pitch was the two-seamer, right?
Yeah.
Or cutter. We'll go with the cutter second pitch. We're going to stay with, we're going to get it a slider.
Off
actually.
speed.
We're going to go slider here.
Slider.
All right, wide receiver 35 currently on the year. He averages 8.84 points per game. Total points on the year, it's not a typo, 79.6 points on the year total. 66 targets, 40 receptions, 398 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. He has 5 rushing attempts for 18 yards, 3.6 yards per carry. And he has 10 red zone targets on the year total. Last year, he finished wide receiver 6. He had a total of 238.5 points. He averaged just over 14 points per game. He had 136 targets, 96 receptions, 1,364 receiving yards,
Damn. Snap.
8 touchdowns.
DJ Moore.
Yes, I didn't even finish. Jesus.
Boom. I felt that one.
Yes.
Once you said the red zone targets, I was like, yeah.
He was
Caleb be trying
hooping.
to. Yeah, he was balling.
Bro, I'd be so mad if I was him because he called that. He was like, "Yo, is he really that much better than Justin Fields?"
Yeah.
You see the difference? Because I know I'll be mad if I mean, he's getting paid, so I don't really care. But
Yeah. Boom. There we go.
Let's
go.
That was smooth.
Let's go.
All right, we're gonna go. We'll go change up here. This dude is tight end 18 on the year. Total 54.8 points. He's averaging just under 5.5 points per game. 57 targets, 42 receptions, 358 receiving yards. 3 red zone targets this year. Last year, he finished tight end 9. 141.6 points, averaging just under 8.5 points per game. He had 102 targets at the tight end position, 71 receptions, 761 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, and he had Mike Jordan, so he had 23 red zone targets last year.
And he's currently what? The tight end?
Tight end 18.
Currently. How many yards he has this year?
This year, 358 receiving yards on 42 receptions, 57 targets.
Tight end. This is 358. He's pretty heavy. Kincaid.
Along the lines, he's a younger guy, athletic of that mold.
Trey McBride.
Good guess.
Athletic of that. Evan Ingram. Now that I say it, I own Evan Ingram. I didn't think that. Of that mold. Younger guy. AFC. And them. Gasecki's older. So Gasecki.
He's like a younger Gasecki kind of dude, like athletic.
Jake Ferguson?
Yeah,
Ferguson.
there it is.
Jake Ferguson.
There it is. This is a bonus, John. Last one.
Last one.
But we're going to go kicker. We're going to show some kicker love. The Blicker love.
Blicker.
He's currently kicker 1. Has 117 total points. Averaging 11.7 points per game.
Shit.
20 for 20 on extra points made this year. 19 of 24 for field goals made. He only has one miss under 50. Last year he was kicker. Let me see my notes. Oh, don't have that on here, unfortunately. I'm sorry, fellas. But last year I have the total points as 114 total points, averaging 9.41 in points per game. Averaging 9.41 points per game. He was 21 of 22 on extra points made, and he connected on 26 of 27. So he missed some time last year.
Yeah.
But the points difference is something I thought of. I'm going to look up in real time his fantasy finish and his position. She might beat me.
Only missed 5 times.
He was kicker 26 last year, finished.
Kicker 26 last year. AFC or NFC?
AFC.
Okay. Evan McPherson.
Good guess, though. Nah, he's terrible this year, I feel like. He's like, he doesn't get enough looks. This person is humming right now. He's like an extra flex.
Jason Sanders?
I'm
about to say, I didn't think so. We just did the waivers. AFC.
Aubrey's like top dog in the NFC. And there's another one in the AFC. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You got this.
In the AFC. Not Tucker. I have Tucker.
He kind of looks like, not my cougar, but my young ho cool. He kind of looks like him. Kind of looks like him.
Fairbairn.
Yeah.
Fairbairn. Kaimi Fairbairn.
They low-key do look
They
alike.
do look alike. They definitely do look alike. Kaimi
But
Fairbairn.
yes, he's hooping right now.
Kaimi.
I had to show love
Houston.
to one of my
That's your
favorite
kicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's easy. But yeah, no, another guest to player in the books. That was alright. I did alright there. We're gonna have to go back. But so to wrap it up this week, we got one more call. We're gonna have Zaire. One of the coolest comebacks of the year. One of the coolest comebacks of the year. And yeah, we'll let him speak on it himself, honestly. So call him in real quick.
Yo.
You,
Yo. We got Guru, aka Zaire, aka
Z-Ball, Za.
Z-Bull, Za, back on the pod. So you're actually closing the pod. You got looks like 7 minutes, maybe a little bit less. So you got about 5 minutes to run through. Yeah, we kind of teed you up already. Obviously, a phenomenal win for you this week, facing Jamar Chase and absorbing that punch and hitting back, hitting harder, and getting the dub, maintaining your spot and being even at 500 with myself and Scoop. So talk to him, man. Yeah, big win. Yeah, what you got to say?
Bring it home,
Yo,
Edwin
man.
Diaz.
I'm so happy I got through that because it was like, Scoop was calling game at Thursday. I really didn't understand that one. He was calling game on Thursday,
Vince Carter
but I
memes.
knew it. I got a crazy
Talk about
team
it.
in the sense of we put up points, bro. So I don't know. Calling game on a Thursday is this all-time crazy crash out for me. So Scoop don't even deserve the playoffs just off of that. So that's bad juju for him. But nonetheless, man, we fought back. We got through, dog. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nah, that was one for the books. I like that because I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I thought I could have swore it was over. I saw the 50 ball. I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't even be logging in till like 2:30 on Sunday. Like I wouldn't. I would have been mad.
That's a top 3 season performance.
I would have been yes, but I would have been mad
Yeah.
every day or every
I
time
was
I
tight,
logged
though.
in. Oh, for sure. But watching the
I was
game,
definitely tight.
I was in disbelief. I was like, yo, the Ravens aren't gonna cover him.
Yeah,
Like they didn't
Nate
do
Williams was
anything.
anything.
It was just it was crazy. So for you to come back from all that, bro, that shows you can withstand, you can weather the storm. So that was some big dog fight right there.
No
It was
cap.
crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, so anything else you wanted to say to Scoop, or how you feeling after the dub? Everybody counted you out. Everybody thought it was chalk buff before the week even started, and then you got the boom from Jalen Hurts snapped, and then George Pickens snapped. So yeah, bro, how you feeling moving into this week?
So moving on. I mean, like, the main thing I wanted to hop on the pod for was the Jamar Chase before and after type thing to give us that thing, that segment to be like, because the world was going crazy when we dropped 50. I must have been the only one cool in my seat. Like, look, I'm coming out with this W regardless. My team is good, but nonetheless, moving forward, we got Clem coming up. Tough team, tough matchup. So we're gonna see how that go. But I said what I had to say as far as, talking my talk last week, man. I'm coming calm, cool, collected. We got crunch weeks coming. It's only a couple weeks left in the regular season.
For sure.
3, 4. So gotta really lock in, man. Gotta lock in. I gotta repeat, bro. I need it.
No, you don't. But anyway.
Zaire, can you tell him we about to sign Soto?
The who?
Soto.
Soto? Juan Soto?
Oh, that's over. I can get it from there. Okay.
Juan Soto.
That's what you said? Juan Soto?
Yeah.
Juan Soto for sure.
Oh, yes.
Stop
Frankie is making calls right now. Frankie Lindor.
Oh, he's in the meeting. He flew to Cali.
Stop it.
Oh, listen.
Oh, seriously,
Juan
yeah.
Soto will be shuffling his ass to Queens, you hear me?
Yeah.
I'll be sick, bro. I'll never watch a Met game again.
Shuffling his ass down the way.
And Pete Alonso is gonna bring the 42-ounce bat straight to the fucking Bronx, right back. It's even swap.
All I'm gonna say is watch out for my Steelers, man. We a dark horse for this Super Bowl.
Facts.
Once we dismantle Baltimore this weekend,
You might as well.
really show y'all what's up.
Y'all future is probably OD. You might as well go see what the future look like and just throw a little fitted ball on it.
Listen, man. I don't know. We gonna see what happens, but
Cause
watch out for
Mr.
that.
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Dangerous.
Nah, it's really wild. But yeah, no, we appreciate you, bro. Closing off the episode. Anything you want to shout out? Anything you got going?
Hey, man, shout out to this Laker game. Got a couple tickets out there. We about to make some money
You
tonight.
already know. D'Lo just hit a 3 ski.
Yes, sir.
Good shout out to the pod, man. Keep it going, y'all.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man. Good luck to y'all for the rest of the year.
Let's
You
get it.
already
Let's get
know.
it.
You already know. All right, bro. Be safe. I'll holler at you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's that. It's your boy Danny X. Another episode in the books. That was episode 7. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff.
We need all of that. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend.
So we appreciate our first 30 as well. I saw we had 30 subscribers, so we appreciate all of y'all.
Facts.
So we are definitely gonna have a giveaway coming up soon for the next milestone subscriber number. So stay tuned. Make sure y'all win. Make sure y'all stay in the waiver. Make sure y'all put yourself in a position to win the playoffs, because I'm trying to get into the playoffs. I gotta beat Chris. Chris, you suck. You heard Keems earlier. You're a habitual loser, and I'm not gonna do any more than that, because if I give you any energy, it's probably gonna be bad juju on me. So, as I said, it's your boy Danny X.
Shouting out Jared, shout out to Keeman, shout out to Zaire. It was appreciate y'all sliding. So we gonna slide this week though in them matchups though. You heard me?
Shout out King as always. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Enjoy y'all football Sundays and
Blast.
bye.
That was smooth.